Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. This is Dreamin' with Drip and Drift, the show where we talk about drifting, cars, and the dreams and goals we have in all of this mess.
Drip and Drift.
Today, we got our special guest, Davey Peeples, a.k.a. Hand Tight Racing.
That's right.
Welcome, man. Thanks for being here, dude.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, man. It's a
So,
pleasure.
what's new? Anything new exciting happening right now?
Nothing new and exciting to my, to me, but
Yeah.
we do have some JDM cars that we're, taking care of and doing some work on. So that was kind of new to me.
True, yeah. You're a Mustang
Guy, Ford guy, through and through. American Muscle. Mainly.
True.
But
well, getting into it, what got you into cars and how'd that lead into drifting?
all right. So my dad, he was a very good mechanic. Big Ford guy, huge into NASCAR. He actually named me after a race car driver, Davey Allison.
Okay.
Died in 93. I was born in 94, so that's my name is Davey Allen Peeples.
Yeah, reincarnated.
So, yep, Davey Allison. That's why I wear the number 28 also. That was his number. Ford driver, all that good stuff. And then in somewhere around 2008, 2009-ish, I discovered Von Gittin Jr., saw that he was driving a Mustang.
Yep.
And then I could never afford to do that, back in those days.
Yeah.
And then I could afford to do it in like 2018, 2019-ish. So I bought a car, not really expecting to drift it. I kind of bought it as like a daily/weekend car. It was an S197, 3-valve with the Whipple on it. Got a really good deal on it because it had a bad transmission. Swapped the transmission out, and then I was like, oh, I don't really want to register this car because I'm probably going to get in trouble with it. So I just decided one day to go to OSW, by myself. Didn't know anybody there.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just going to go drift it.
True.
And that's kind of how it transpired.
True that.
Here we are.
And then it snowballed from there
Yeah,
into competing and everything else
yeah.
that you do. That's awesome, man. So Von Gittin kind of, that's who you saw getting you into the sport type of thing, and then wanting to...
Well, I mean, I discovered the sport through a friend.
Yeah.
Basically my right-hand man.
Yeah.
His name's Alex.
Okay.
He kind of showed me the motorsport of drifting, and then I saw that Von Gittin Jr. was in a Mustang.
Right.
And I'm a big Ford guy.
Right.
My dad was a Ford guy. It's like, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's my favorite driver. Like,
True.
he's got the Mustang.
True.
So that's my guy.
So currently it's an S550.
That's right.
And you've owned other Mustangs, right?
Oh, I've had probably 12.
So in drifting or in racing, how do you compare them and all the ones you have? You currently like the S550 the best, or what do you think drifting them and working on them and all that?
Yeah, so it really depends on what specifically that you're trying to do with the car. I mean, there's probably better seat time Mustangs out there. Like the S197, it was super reliable. There was no toe adjustment, camber adjustment in the rear, so the tire wear was always 100% even.
That's after the new Edge? Is that?
Yeah, that's after.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the new Edge is the SN95.
Yeah.
As well as like the previous body style before that. They call it a new Edge because the SN95 came out in 94.
Okay.
And it was like that weird bubbly looking version, and then in 99 they changed the body style, but it's the same chassis. That's why they call it the new Edge.
Got it.
So it's like the facelifted version of it. Ford tends to do that with the Mustang a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
All right. So S550 compared to that. I can't remember all the names, the letters and numbers and all that. But the one that comes after that new Edge, when they redid the body, what do you think about? You said that might have been a better seat timer.
Yeah, it's not like the best competitive car.
Yeah.
Because there is no camber adjustment in the rear, no toe adjustment in the rear. It's like one setting.
Yeah.
But for seat time, it was immaculate.
Reliable.
It was immaculate. I mean, if you can afford an S550 for a seat time car, and you can figure out how to dial in the rear alignment and get all that stuff, set up, then it's a good seat time car. I've had no issues with that car really in the past 2 years. So
dang, that's what's up.
But that S197 is the most bang for buck.
Yeah.
Mustang out there.
True that. Yeah, that's the one I see. Now I see the S95 picking up more and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't really see that next generation as much as I see the new Edge.
Well, the new Edge you can pick up for, I think we picked up both of our new Edges for, one was $1,200, the other one was $1,500.
Oh, wow.
With V8s.
That is cheap.
So, I mean, they don't make a ton of power or anything.
Right.
And they are what they are, but they're super cheap.
True. So What is hand tight racing? I'm sure you don't actually hand tighten things.
You'd be surprised.
Or do you?
No, I'm kidding. So, I mean, we started the car thing, and then we were like, okay, we may as well like record this and like at least try to make something out of it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Gotcha. And one of my buddy's dad's, Alex, the guy I was telling you about, his dad was just throwing out names. DKS Performance, Don't Know Shit Performance, all stuff like that. Yeah. And then he said hand tight racing, and I was like, it just stuck with me. So I was like, all right, let's go with that one.
It is catchy, and it does make you think. I'm like, hey, you cannot be hand tightening things, but it is a good. And I love the little logo too, like actually hand tightening it.
Yeah,
that's what's up. So that is your channel, right?
That's correct.
And how long you been YouTubing and doing all that for?
So if you look at the if you go to like the about section, it says October 24th, 2010.
Okay,
that's definitely not true.
Okay,
but we kind of started that when I got the S550.
True.
Our first video was of us doing the oil pump gears on the S550. So we probably missed out on like a year and a half of me like learning how to drift.
Yeah.
And then when we got the S550, I started to do it a little more.
What made you, like you said, you want it, if you were gonna do it, you might as well try it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's fun for me also.
Yeah.
Because it gives me, you know, something else to focus on. Because I like basically eat, sleep, and breathe drifting in cars.
Yeah.
So like if I can entertain somebody or teach them something, then it makes me feel good, you know.
For sure.
So that's kind of what got us into that. And then, you know, obviously if basically the end goal here is to drive 120 days a year.
True.
And I can't afford to do that. So like if that comes from YouTube, then I'd be stoked. You know? So
I feel that, man. Going into that, I did see you on your YouTube, you are competing and stuff now.
Yep.
How long have you been actually taking it more seriously in that aspect, competing and stuff?
So basically I've only been competing for right around a year now. The first I did like the OKC Battle Royale. I think that was in either February or March or of 2021.
Yeah.
It was like a one-day thing.
Yeah, I was there for that. It was dope.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact date, but it wasn't that like too long ago or anything, and it wasn't too recent. So then I just decided that I was going to go to Clutch Kickers last season and just, you know, because like the competitiveness is fun for me. Like it's all about having fun, but the competitive nature of it is the fun portion for me. Like driving is fun. I like to go to OSW and hang out and drive with all the homies, but like the competitiveness, you don't get that same adrenaline rush that you do in grid.
I'm sure.
Like at a competition, you see the start chicane, you see the light, you know, and like you see like more people. You don't get that same adrenaline rush, and the adrenaline rush is what I'm looking for.
True that. So adrenaline is a hell of a drug. And
yeah, man.
I've started to notice it a little bit, like getting into drifting. I enjoyed it. I was getting that adrenaline rush. Then once I started tandeming, it boosted that adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly,
and then I feel like, once I hopped in the back of a train, I was like, oh, this is even, I was like, this is too much at the moment, but that little by little building up, and I'm sure competing is that next level.
Yeah, and it hasn't gone away yet.
Yeah.
Like every time there's something on the line, like if it's qualifying or we're in a battle, that adrenaline rush is always still there. The heart rate's always up. I haven't figured out or been able to control like my heart rate or my adrenaline like during those moments. It's
you don't have a breathing exercise.
I do, but it doesn't work, especially when it's like 115 degrees inside the car. Like there's no controlling your. I mean, you can control your breathing. It's not going to help though.
Yeah. Isn't US Drift Circuit having an event like this week or something coming up?
So it's this coming weekend. Yeah. September 23rd. I'm actually not.
Yeah.
I'm not because I really like the event in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's Holly Ford Fest.
Okay. Yeah.
So I basically have to choose between either US Drift Circuit Pro-Am or Holly Ford Fest. Yeah. And I went to Holly Ford Fest last year, and I gained a lot from it.
True.
You could literally like crash, catch on fire, flip, and you'd still be like 20 people's favorite driver there.
Nice.
So like the crowd there is awesome.
Yeah.
They come up, they talk to you, and they want to know about you.
Yeah.
So like
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good environment.
And the car's not set up properly for the bank. It's got
true.
Yeah, we did a T56 swap and stuff like that. So like the wheel speed is iffy. We just put a new diff in it, but it's still not gonna work the right way.
True. Have you practiced the oval much, or like because of
so
that,
I've driven the OSW oval a good bit.
Yeah.
Especially when we were prepping for clutch kickers last season. But I've driven the Freedom Factory bank more than I did OSW.
How does it compare? Steeper, milder?
It's not really steeper. They're about the same pitch, but OSW's is a lot tighter. Okay. So Freedom Factory has a long, wide sweeper, same bank, but OSW is like pinched off.
Right. I could see that.
A lot of fun though.
I've been to both, but I've only driven OSWs, so
yeah.
I don't know how Freedom Factory. It's different once you're in the car on it.
And Freedom Factory has a longer run up too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit.
It has a longer backstretch for sure.
True that. So, competing, making YouTube, doing all this, what is the dream goal? What is like the finale of this? You want to go pro? You want to
Yeah, so I mean if being pro like comes naturally, then yeah, sure. Like I'm only kind of doing US Drift Circuit Pro Am just like to get that adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really concerned with the license.
Right.
Because even if I were to get a license, I wouldn't be able to afford an FD program.
True.
Like that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
So it's just
I've heard they are pricey.
Yeah. So I mean it's in state.
Yeah.
And it's close.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me, so I go out there and do that. But I mean, if becoming pro naturally, happens, then I'd definitely pursue it if I could afford to, fund a program like that. But the end goal is to, drive 100, 120 days a year, and either not have to pay for it or it be reachable, accessible. So I just want to drive.
Yeah,
that's what I do. So
that is sick. Like that is the thing. Like just driving as much as you can. That is something I want to do too. I'm not a mechanic. I didn't grow up with my dad as a mechanic. He did introduce me into cars, but like I like driving.
Yeah.
So if I could, like you say,
that's part of it, man.
Yeah, for
if
sure.
you want to drive that much,
and I've had to,
and
I've had to do my own things.
You ain't got that baller guap, man. You got to work on the cars.
Yeah, I did see you just did a clutch recently.
Yeah, we put a new twin disc Mantic.
How's that?
I haven't been able to drift on it yet.
Okay.
I've driven it around the neighborhood. We're still doing the they want me to do like 100 miles on it.
Okay.
Even though it's a ceramic clutch, but just to build the wear patterns and stuff. But it feels crazy with no springs. It's the first clutch that I've ever had with no springs.
Okay.
And it's like on or off. So there's no slip. There's none of that. It's like you got to rev it up to like 2,500 and dump it in first. To get
Otherwise,
it'll
stall
it out.
True.
Yeah, so it's taken a little bit getting used to, but I mean, I've only driven it in like a street type of scenario. I mean, when you're drifting, I don't know about you, but when I'm drifting, the clutch is pretty much dumped when I leave the line, and then I try to like modulate the throttle to find my grip again, and then like slowly ease into it to build my speed up.
Yeah, mine it hasn't slipped yet. All I've had to do is replace the external slave.
Yeah.
That was leaking a bit, and ever since then it's been good.
Yeah.
But it's I don't think it's as crazy as yours, but it is an on or off type. Yeah. I don't have to rev it as high, but it is like you don't ease it out slow enough, it's gonna stall out on you for sure.
You probably have a lot of diff too, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll definitely make some chattering and some vibration.
And all the interior's taken out, and I took it out last night just to drive around, and all the rocks you hear, all the stuff inside that you hear, because all that stuff's removed. It's pretty funny.
I just worked on a 350Z yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I drove it around for a little bit because I did the true rear conversion.
Okay.
And the ISR arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually like the thing, man.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I always hated on the Z until I had it, and now I really love it.
It looked terrible, but and everybody has one. So. Yeah. But I love the way it drives.
Yeah, dude, and it's been reliable for me. That's how I've been able to.
It's a top tier seat time car, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly.
100%.
That's what, like, as long as I'm building my skill level up in it, once I top that, then we'll see what happens with it. But it's going good for me now. Is there any dream builds you got?
So I really like the FDRX7.
Yeah.
And WiseFab has said that, they have, like, perfect rear suspension geometry, so they don't even see the reason to build like a WiseFab drop knuckle and arms and stuff for it. That would be cool. Other than that, outside of drifting, I want to build some like drag cars too.
Yeah,
like not like crazy drag cars like pro mod stuff, but like street cars that are turned into like strip cars that are quick, mid nines, something like that, like a 10-speed.
Any
Mustang.
chassis in mind or anything?
Yeah, a 10-speed Mustang.
Oh, a 10-speed Mustang.
10-speed
True.
Mustang, that'd be cool.
True.
Yeah,
I was surprised to hear you say an RX-7 for sure. But
yeah, no, that'd be a cool drift build.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool drift build.
Yeah, dude. I always, the FD has always been a favorite, but recently I've really been appreciating FCs more and more for some reason.
Yeah,
like, just that 80s boxy look, I'm starting to.
That's it's not really. It's not my thing.
Not your thing.
I like the pop-ups.
Yeah.
And stuff,
what about Fox bodies? Are you into Fox bodies at all?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a few Fox bodies. I think that they're too old.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff for them, but like it's not as easily accessible as other cars. So they're good cars, but they're also crazy priced. You know, like most of them are wildly priced. Like I see roller notches, which I would want a notch.
Yeah.
I like the trunk. I don't like the hatch that much. I see them going for like 4, 5, and that's just a little too much for a roller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then I'd want to put a Coyote in it because I love the Coyote. It's like, it's God's motor. It's
Some may argue with that, but for sure.
We can argue about it. That's fine. You find your way to my Instagram DMs. We'll talk about it.
Nice. Hell yeah. Davey Peeples.
That's right.
Awesome, man. Well, anything else you want to talk about or ask me or anything?
Yeah. So you said that when your skill level reaches a certain point, you might look into other chassis. What are you looking at?
I've always been a JDM boy.
Yeah.
But I've also like always wanted V8 or like a Corvette. I've been thinking.
I knew it, man. I knew
it's just that like I was saying, not mechanic type. I like that reliableness.
Yeah.
I want just something I could beat on and still hold its value. Like I feel like that's. With that,
I mean, the value of those things are going up.
Exactly. And that's what I feel like would happen with a Corvette or maybe a specific Mustang. I haven't been too much into Mustangs, so
big difference in your car and those cars, though. The front of all Mustangs, for the most part, after Fox and After have McPherson fronts. That's a double A-arm car, so it's going to drive a little different,
All right, that's good to know. Yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah, different suspension styles.
I feel like I would have to try things out. And if I got anything else, then I feel like I'd have to eventually do a motor swap or turbo. Like I've driven an FRS, which was fun.
With an FA20 in it, like stock motor.
Yeah, stock motor. I'm interested in turbo MB Miatas.
Those are cool.
But at the same time, it's like then I have to do that extra forced induction or something like that.
Yeah, and then the power band is going to change a lot. So you're going to have to pedal the car a lot more with the left foot, because it's not like a V6 or a V8.
Yeah.
You basically, in your Z, you have like instant.
As
soon as you put your foot on the floor, you have torque and horsepower. If the Miata does that, you get yourself in like a pinch. You're going to have to like work it there. So that's the thing with turbo cars for me.
Yeah.
That's why I would probably never consider one.
True.
I would always do a supercharger.
Yeah.
But I also probably wouldn't do too many inline 6s or inline 4s boosted, but I am a sucker for a RB26 DETT.
True.
They sound so crazy. Sean Booth's car sounds so nasty. There was like, we had a battle at Clutch Kickers, and we went one more time, and I was like, we could do this all day because I could just hear his turbo, like both leading and chasing. I was like, this sounds crazy. And then S15s. S15s, man, they have a special place in
that
my
is
heart.
a dream car for myself for sure. For sure, S15s. But I've owned a lot of the ones that I've wanted. S13s, S14s. A Subaru WRX was a dream for a long time of mine. Own that. So what would you recommend as the next one? A Corvette, a Mustang?
It depends on if you're looking for a specific style of power delivery or something like that. If you're looking for a V8, and it just really depends. I would obviously recommend an S550.
Yeah.
V8, instant torque, McPherson front.
Yeah.
A bunch of parts available for it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little heavy. Definitely more reliable than a Corvette.
True.
Definitely more reliable than a Corvette. Corvettes have torque tube issues and their fair share of issues. And then there's bad chassis that you can buy of Corvettes too that really are hard to cage and stuff.
Yeah.
If they have like the more fiberglass, I don't know the details of it,
right.
but they have like a fiberglass version of it, and people don't know that, and they buy them, and they're like, "Can we cage this?" And cage guy's like, "Not really. True. It won't work that good."
Right.
So I mean, they're both good, but I think S550 Mustangs are.
True.
I haven't had any issues really with my car, other than the shifter braking like this year, but I've been beating on it for like 2.5 years now.
That's awesome.
So
that's good to know.
It's super reliable and it's super simple build too, man.
True.
It looks crazy like with the livery and stuff and the wide poke in the front, but really it doesn't have too much going on.
Yeah. What about your cage? How'd that get all in? You didn't do that yourself, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Well, kind of. So cagekits.org.
I've heard of them.
I hit them up and I was like, hey, I want to get a cage, but I don't like your X-style door bars. Do you think you could make me this with NASCAR-style door bars?
True.
And they were like, yeah, we can. So they designed it. They showed me the CAD, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to pull the trigger. Like, send the invoice. So I bought that, and then we did all the prep work and the welding and stuff.
True.
Yeah.
It looks good in there. I just did notice those NASCAR bars as opposed to their X-style
Yeah, I don't
ones.
like the X-style. First of all, it's much harder to get in and out of. Second of all, I don't think it's as safe.
True.
Because you're going to take a hit, it's going to be low.
They appear to be easier to get because they're like, it's like an X. It goes down in the middle. But
yeah, but when you're inside the car and you got to swing your legs over to get out first, like what, like I didn't like the thought. It goes up.
That makes sense.
I didn't really like the thought of that, so I was like, I need the NASCAR style door bars.
Yeah. That's probably the next step for the Z.
Yeah.
That and a trailer. It's like I don't know which is coming first, but
if
that's what I'm doing.
I would probably recommend the trailer.
Yeah, I know. That's what I should get first for sure.
The trailer is I didn't have a trailer for a long time.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I never registered any of these cars either. So every time I drove them, I was sweating. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. One day you're gonna get popped, dude. Yeah. Like, and it's gonna be bad, especially with this car because it doesn't have a title. It's a salvage title car.
True.
And I don't even know if I'd be able to get it back. So I got a good deal on a trailer, and it really changed drifting for me. That's
what usually I rent trailers, but the past 5 events or something, I've just been driving it to the track, and it's been good. But I know I don't want to do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a tag, it's not too bad, especially when you live close like this. Yeah. But if you want to go anywhere else, I probably wouldn't want to drive my drift car 3 hours to an event.
I did it to Sebring, and it was it still worked. It came back, but I didn't beat on it as hard. That's my problem.
There will be a day.
Yeah.
I know. Where it doesn't, and your life is going to be miserable.
Yeah.
It's going to suck.
It happened.
Unless you got
at an after dark OSW when I hit the wall. That is what happened.
Unless
I drove it to the track
or something, you know.
Yeah. Everyone was like, just tow it out to the street and say somebody.
Nah, it doesn't work like that.
No. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on, dude. You're more than welcome to come by anytime, dude.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Awesome,
I really appreciate it. This was fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe if you're not already. We'll catch you next time. Peace.